Hello everybody, how are you doing? Thanks for joining me again. So today I had a very interesting morning. Another interesting morning. Um, so I'm pretty sure that many of you have heard or seen of this person, this gentleman who I mentioned in my title, Mr. EA Koetting. Now, let me tell you what happened. And he freaks me the hell out. Sorry, Mr. Koetting, you scare me. But I never click on it because it scares me. So today I was going to come on and I was going to talk about, just a method that I use for visualization. And so basically I was saying to myself, but how are you going to come on and talk and you don't really have a method put in place? Like there's no step one, step two, this or that. You're just going to tell people what you do in your head. And for a minute there, then you start feeling self-conscious. So I happened to see him pop up again, and he didn't pop up, his videos didn't pop up a few weeks ago. It comes sporadically, but today it came up again. And so I said, okay, fine. I was looking through and I stopped on one video and I said, let me listen to it. And it was a video about hereditary, no. What is it? Hereditary? You know what I mean. Anyways, those kind of witches versus ceremonial witches and ceremonial magic. And in it, he was telling a story about somebody he knew, and just his own experiences with witches who kind of went by instinct and just of what they picked up, instead of having to have the ceremonial magic aspect of it. And he was saying in ways that's actually stronger and yields better results. And by the time he was finished explaining it, I really had to say, wow, thank you for that video. Thank you, Mr. Koetting, or is it Mr. EA Koetting, for that video, because when you see a lot of these other people talk about, in order to be a witch or a magician, you have to follow these certain rules, or you have to join this certain religious group or sect, and you have to do it exactly that way. If you are a person who works off of instinct, and if you're a person who it just naturally comes from within, it intimidates you, and it also makes you feel like what you're doing is not right, like you're messing it up somehow, where it's magic. Like magic comes from within, actually. Like you're able to use the powers around you with your own essence. So that was the first video, and I was on a roll. I was like, wow, okay, he was really talking some good information in that video. Let me click on another video. The second video I clicked on was something about that I totally thought was going to be about something else, but he hit on 2 points that I really, really agree with, and what really resonated with me into my decisions. One was about sex magic, and the fact that people are so hooked up on the sex part that they want to try it just for that, which totally negates the whole, you can have sex any old way, whatever way you want, but the whole point of it was for the heightened energy and the I don't want to say portal, but the what it opens up and allows you to do. It's not just sex just to have sex. You could do, whatever. So anyways, after he spoke about that, he again went into the story about a witch who worked on instinct and what was just natural to her versus the ceremonial. So that was two random videos. They weren't even made in the same year or whatnot, about the same thing that I was worried about before I was making this video. So we know there's no coincidences, but if this is synchronicity again, it's like just day after day, rapidly happening. So say a thank you to EA Koetting, because both those videos were really meant for me to hear today. They really resonated with me, and it gave me the confidence to continue doing what I'm doing. I'm a person that's very organic in what I do. I love to dance, so if I hear music, my body starts moving. It can be whatever music. For some reason, I will move in tune to that music. But if you were to choreograph something, a routine for me, I would be the worst. You would think I had no rhythm. Like, I would be the worst person to have on that dance team. And I always found that strange. You know, it's like, and it's kind of the same with me with my magic. If you tell me I have to do a step 1, step 2, step 3, in certain cases, yes, I find it does work, but in other cases, my instinct just automatically knows what to do and what feels right and what should be done. And some people will tell you that's wrong. So, no, it's not wrong. You are the magician, you are the witch, you are the manifester, so you need to know what feels right in here, and that's what you're bringing out into the physical. If it doesn't feel right in here, it's gonna get screwed up coming out into the physical. And half the time we do things and we already know it's gonna be screwed up when it manifests in the physical, because we didn't follow what our inside's saying. And maybe not everybody has that sense. Like, that's what he was saying, not everybody has that sense, but if you do have the sense and you kind of squash it because you're being told that that's not the right way to do things, then you're only messing yourself up, and you're messing up the other people who you are doing. Maybe you're doing spells for certain people. Yeah, so on that note, maybe I'll do a video one day talking about just my experiences and what led me here in this journey. But in the future, I'm going to be doing some reviews on certain books of Kabbalah that I'm looking into. Kabbalah is very difficult to get someone to teach you, even if you are in the right circles. I'm in the circle, but being a woman, you are not taught, you're not allowed to learn Kabbalah. Being under 40, you're not allowed to learn Kabbalah. And this stems back to a rabbi, a master who went rogue, and basically brought a whole bunch of people down the wrong path with him. So they've put certain restrictions in place to say you can't learn it unless you're this specific guideline, like unless you're safe, right? That you're not gonna go AWOL. But even then, you're learning kind of like religioized, I'm making up my own words here, I'm like Don King today, a religioized form of Kabbalah. And right outside, every time I do a video, there's something going on outside. I hope it's nothing serious, but there's a whole bunch of black smoke. Maybe I can show you guys. Please bear with me. See that? It's actually dissipating, but it was much darker when I had stopped talking. And I was just like, what the hell is that going on over there? Yeah, so it's going away now. Here's the thing. I live in Israel right now. And let me tell you, things there's a lot of messed up things going on here. Like, I can't even say certain things because it's out there. So let me just leave it at that. I can't say certain things. One day. But every time, if you see something out of the ordinary, you never know what it's gonna be. So one day, guys, I'll let you know. But okay, sorry everybody, I got a phone call that came through and I had to answer it because just as I was talking about with the smoke, you never know what is going on here. So even little kids have to have cell phones, and if I see a certain number, I have to answer it because you don't know what it could be. So what was I saying? Yeah, so once I get settled in certain things, I would also like to do a video on pronunciation, especially with the tree of life, because I see a lot of videos with it, and I'm just a stickler for things like that. And so, you know, when I teach certain things, especially to my kids, whatever, I always like to teach pronunciation, all those type of things. So I might do a video going over just the tree of life, and the pronunciation of the Sphirot. That's how you pronounce it. The Sphirot. So anyways, yeah, maybe I'll do that coming up. And if you have any comments or anything you'd like to ask, remember to leave it in the link down, not in the link, leave it in the comments down below. And yeah, again, a shout out to Mr. EA Koetting. I don't know if you're gonna want to watch the rest of his videos. I didn't send you there. You do it. He has a disclaimer like, you do this at your own risk. But I'm not so much. It's not that I don't like his videos. It's just that they scare me. Like, he's dealing with a whole different level than what I'm ready to get into at this point in my journey. And you know, there are different things like with ritualistic magic and hoodoo and all those things that I'm not ready to get into, because sometimes you have to be willing to open up a certain part of yourself or a certain part of your life, because you know that you're entering on a different ground. Basically, it's a different playing field. That's what I'm trying to say. And when I was younger, I had instances with very negative entities, and that was before I even knew anything of what to do with them. So it kind of, I can say it kind of traumatized me, and that's I'm rebuilding that kind of trust with myself and with the other elements of the unseen realm. So there's certain ground that I'm not ready to go on. And Mr. Koetting goes on that ground. So it's not so much that I haven't gone through his videos to see if he's bad or what, like who's bad or good, whatever. But he goes onto very deep ground that I'm not ready for yet. And that's why he scares me, not because I think he's bad or anything, or I'm telling people to stay away from him, not at all. But I do have to thank those 2 videos that were sent my way, because it did give me the push and the drive to continue going forward in my way, what I deem fit. Alright, so I hope you guys could take that with you as well and continue on your own path, like you're creating this path. It's not a religion, it's not a control-based system. And if you are part of those religions, then yes, you've subscribed to following their path. But if you haven't subscribed to it, then you are forging your path. And I hope you have much success in it, and strength and positive guidance in your path. I hope the same things for myself. And thanks. Have a great day, everybody. We'll talk again soon. Bye.